What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, and I'm back with more Omnibus overviews. Today, we're going to take a look at the Venom Omnibus by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, and the King in Black Marvel Event Omnibus as well. Going to do a little comparison. We're going to take a look at the price, what they collect, how much they double dip, and we'll also talk about release dates, variant covers, and go over the story a little bit as well, but trying to keep it as spoiler-free as I can. If you guys caught my last What's in the Box, which was basically like an omnibus haul, you saw me pull these two bad boys out and I was super excited. These are some of my most anticipated omnibus for this year, as I was a huge fan of not only the character, but the run itself. Let's go ahead and jump into some overhead shots, and then we'll take it back and talk about my final thoughts. Alright guys, here we have them, the two big boys next to each other. We have Venom and the King in Black Omnibus. We'll take a look at them individually, but since we got them both on the table, we might as well do some comparisons. Here are the spines. You can see King in Black is a thick boy, but nice thickness on that Venom Omnibus as well. That kind of sounded weird. Anyway, whatever. Here goes the back. So we'll start with what they collect. The Venom Omnibus collects issues 1 through 35 from the 2018 series, but it has a lot of good tie-ins. It has Web of Venom, Venom, Web of Venom, Carnage Born. It has Wraith. It collects Absolute Carnage 1 through 5, King in Black 1 through 5, and it's got some free comic book day material from 2019, 2020, and it has the Spider-Man Venom Incoming 1. Also throws in Carnage Black, White, and Blood issue 2. So a lot of value in the Venom Omnibus, retailing $125. Then we have King in Black. So it collects King in Black 1 through 5, and it does collect Venom 31 through 34, and that's the only double dip, right? So this double dips with King in Black 1 through 5, the 4 Venom tie-ins to that, and then this does double dip with Absolute Carnage, but I feel like that's just a nice bonus in this book, as Absolute Carnage includes all the tie-ins. So same with this. You get, 9 issues that double dip in here, but you're getting all of those other tie-ins, which is basically what's going on in the Marvel Universe while Null is destroying the planet, trying to take over symbiote dragons and what have you. Retailing $150. All right, guys, so Venom releases on December 13th. This is the regular cover by Ryan Stegman. There is also a variant cover here, the Rex Direct Market variant, also by Ryan Stegman. Now, they call this the Venom Omnibus. It's solicited that way. However, it doesn't have it on the spine anywhere, but where it does have it, in the copyright material here, it's called Venom Omnibus by Cates and Stegman. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Let's remove the dust jacket here and see what the hardcover looks like. All right, here's the inside of the dust jacket. Venom, God is Coming. It's got a biography on the creators, and it has a beautiful wraparound cover with a dragon symbiote. Opening up, we have some black cover pages. Nice kind of splash page here, if you will. Here we have the credits. And then you have this introduction by Donny Cates. I don't know how you can't read this introduction and not be a fan of Donny Cates. You just get the feeling that he's just this huge Venom fan ever since he was a kid. Like me, you know, anyone in their mid-30s is going to feel this way, who happened to get a chance to write the character, and how much joy it's brought to his personal life, whether it's friends or his wife or what have you, his career. Awesome introduction by Cates. Then it jumps right into issue 1. Doesn't have a table of contents or anything. It doesn't really need it because it's just issues 1 through 30, whatever, and then it has those bonuses, which are important as well, and we'll get to them. So the biggest thing is coming out of this would be the return of Eddie Brock. Rick Remender was doing Agent Venom with Flash Thompson for a few years. So we get the return of Eddie. We get the introduction of Dylan Brock. And look, here goes the double-page spread. That's also the hardcover, which we find out is Eddie Brock's son. I think he's first introduced as his younger brother or something like that. And then the introduction of Null, who was really introduced in the Jason Aaron Thor run, who is the god of the symbiotes, who is coming to Earth. It was kind of like a Game of Thrones type of vibe. God is coming instead of winter is coming. So you have a lot of great depth that Donny Cates adds to the Eddie Brock character. This looks like a throwback. Ryan Stegman art is beautiful, as you can see as we're flipping through here. And I think it really does Venom justice. One of the critiques from like older readers is that Venom was such a one-note, one-dimension character when he was first introduced, but Donny Cates gave that depth to Eddie Brock. I like how it shows some variant covers here at the end before we get into Venom 14. I cannot wait to bust through a reread of this. I read these. I caught up in trade paperbacks, and then I was following in single issues. Here goes Absolute Carnage, issue 1. This was a great kind of tie-in with Null and the whole circle emblem on their forehead. I forget the name of it. Amazing artwork here. And I think you're going to get a lot out of the main Absolute Carnage run. Some of the tie-ins I remember kind of being over it a little bit. But you get that 5-issue little event here. The maker, Reed Richards, played a big role in that as well. Continuing Absolute Carnage. Look at the artwork here. I mean, if you're a symbiote fan, a Venom fan, how do you not get the Venom Omnibus? Now, whether or not you need both, we'll get into that as we go toward the King in Black Omnibus. I like this homage right here. Venom losing a hand. All right, so we're not going to get too much in this. So you have some, oh, is that Codex? So that's important in comics right now. They're kind of circling back to that. I like how it includes the Venom stuff because that's when we get the Sleeper, Symbiote, and we also get the Wraith, Web of Carnage stuff, or Web of Venom. I forget which one it is. There's a couple different Web ofs. So here we go. Beautiful artwork here. I don't want to spoil too much on the King in Black event. It's kind of funny how we end up with a Venom symbiote dog and a Sleeper symbiote cat. They threw in the Carnage, Black, White, and Blood too. It probably ties in with Absolute Carnage. Let's see what we got as far as any bonus materials. It's funny, a lot of these variants I get my hands on and I usually sell them on Whatnot. Connecting cover set. This is like an X-Men 1 homage, right? Kyle Hotz. Got some sketches. Oh, the Ravencroft stuff. That's dope. This was the Cletus Cassidy interviews, I believe. Oh, Norman Osborn as well. Yeah, he was in there. Those were included in the back, I think, of the Absolute Carnage issues. Maximum Carnage. That's one of my childhood nostalgia. In-Hyuk Lee doing a King in Black. And then, yeah, they ended up getting to Legacy 200 in Venom on Venom issue 35. So I like how it has this whole cover gallery as well, man. That's cool. That was in that issue. And then let's take a look at King in Black. All right, so the King in Black Omnibus comes out on December 6th. This is the regular cover here. This is Ryan Stegman. Then you have the direct market variant also by Ryan Stegman here. 1,568 pages. I forgot to mention the Venom Omnibus has 1,352. And I already mentioned that cover price. Again, we'll just take a quick look at the spine. Let's see what it collects because I mentioned King in Black 1 through 5. I mentioned that it collects Venom 31 through 34. So here are all the King in Black tie-ins. So King in Black, you have Immortal Hulk, Iron Man / Doctor Doom, Black Knight, Marauders, Black Panther, Captain America, Wiccan and Hulkling, Spider-Man, Scream, and Ghost Rider. Then you got King in Black, Gwenom vs. Carnage. These are the miniseries 1 through 3. King in Black, Namor 1 through 5. King in Black, Planet of the Symbiotes 1 through 3. Then you have Return of the Valkyries 1 through 4. Thunderbolts 1 through 3. Symbiote Spider-Man. King in Black 1 through 5. Black Cat 1 through 3. Daredevil 26 and 27, Deadpool 10, Fantastic Four 29 and 30, Guardians of the Galaxy 10, Miles Morales Spider-Man 23, and also Sword issues 2 through 4, Savage Avengers 17 through 19, Spider-Woman 7 and 8, The Union 1 and 2, Venom like I mentioned, and then it has the King in Black Handbook 1. Here we have the inside of the dust jacket here. Of course, we're introducing Null and the biography on the left. We have Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman biographies on the right. And of course, we have a wraparound cover on the hardcover. You have all the symbiote dragons falling onto Earth. Earth is wrapped in black in the symbiote. So awesome here. And you got those ships coming through. Fantastic Four. Opening up here, of course, black cover page. Null's introduction, I'm going to kill your world. Love the King in Black logo. Very metal, right? So this one has the credits for each of these series. A lot of creators, obviously, since you have all those different titles. Here we have the credits here. An introduction by Ryan Stegman. Not as much as Donny Cates put into it, but Donny Cates is the writer and Stegman is the artist, so that makes sense. So here's a little bit of a double dip. King in Black 1. I remember in the Venom issues, Eddie Brock just falling for like 3 issues straight and thinking about his life. So Null is here, symbiote dragons attacking Earth. wrapping the Earth in this symbiote, like I mentioned. And this is Null, the most powerful being in the universe. You know how it goes. So do you need both? I mean, I think if money is an option, you're going to want to go with the Venom Omnibus. I think if you're a completionist like myself, you got to have all the tie-ins, all those mini-series. A lot of them were good as far as how the rest of the Marvel Universe is reacting and dealing with the whole symbiote invasion. Here goes Eddie Brock falling. So that was in King in Black, if I recall. So you do get some variant covers after some issues. That's pretty cool. Leading into the Venom tie-ins. Now, the only thing I don't like about this, and I forgot to mention this, the mapping of this. I'm not a fan of putting King of Black 1 through 5 first, then the Venom tie-ins next, then all those miniseries, because it doesn't read well. I feel like these should be mapped in publishing order. King of Black 1, Venom 31, Wiccan and Hulkling, you know, so everything ties in, because you don't want to read the ending of the story and then jump into King of Black Spider-Man, which was like taking place somewhere in here. So that I don't really like, and I think that's kind of been the status quo for Marvel event omnis. Not a fan of that. I think it's going to make your reading experience to where you got to really jump around. Unless you want to just read the story straight out and then you're reading Black Cat issue 3 and you're, oh, that's what was going on during that time. So not really a fan of that. And that might be a determining factor on whether or not you buy this as well, right? If that's like a huge turnoff, if you're going to read issues 1 through 5 back to back, you might as well just read it how it appears in the Venom Omnibus. So yeah, just flipping through, I mentioned what's going on here. It's how the other heroes are fighting off the symbiotes, how it's affecting them, some more than others. I remember the Black Cat one was a good tie-in series. I think I read all of them as they were coming out in single issues. So this one, you have a lot of different creators as far as artists, so you get different vibes throughout the book, as you can see. The King Namor, Symbiote Spider-Man. So you get the idea. Let's go ahead and see what bonus materials they give us in the back here. I know it's got the King of Black handbook. That's kind of like a little encyclopedia type of book, almost like Marvel Universe, that handbook. I remember being disappointed with buying the handbook when the singles were coming out. Love the whole Venom with the wings. I think that was an awesome touch. Here's Sleeper. We were talking about him. Nullized Venom. Wraith. Okay, here we go to some variants. Great artist Todd Knock, Brett Booth. Little, what's that, Null family tree. Then you have the design sketches in the back. Pages stuck together a little bit. Some inks on some variants. And some interior pages. I stretched the spine, but I didn't separate each page. All right, let's see what else we got. Some more variants. That's what's cool about the Omnis, too. You don't really have to hunt down every variant because you have the pictures in the Omnis. This video is brought to you by THATSPIDERMANBOOTH.com. That Spider-Man Booth is now doing subscription boxes, and they have some great exclusives for the month of December. They got a Ninja Funk issue 2 secret Christmas cover. It's an Alex Cormack exclusive with concept art by JPG himself and Molly Wood. They did 250 regulars, 100 foils, and there's a 1 out of 1 medal. Cover has not been revealed yet. Also, we'll include an Alpha Betas one. Same cover artist, Alex Cormack, who has that Rick and Morty style. Another concept by JPG McFly, which they made 600 regulars, 100 foils, and another 1 out of 1 medal. Make sure to visit ThatSpiderManBooth.com and subscribe to their subscription box. All right, guys, and there we have it. So, final thoughts. I think this Venom Omnibus is a winner. Love the material. I do think it's kind of weird how it's solicited as Venom Omnibus. They call it Venom Omnibus in the little copyright information, but they didn't decide to go Venom Omnibus on the spine. Not really that big of a deal for me. I kind of thought they just ditched the Venom Omnibus thing for this book until I saw that's how it was credited. And as far as King in Black, I'm a fan of having all the material, every single tie-in, having the entire story in an omnibus. That's one of the things that got me into the hobby or into the format altogether. But I don't like the mapping. I don't like having the main story, then the Venom tie-ins, then everything else. I feel like it should be mapped in publication order, like I mentioned. So that's a little bit of a turnoff. And it's $150, but that's only if you're buying this from your local comic shop, which you should support. However, You can get these heavily discounted online. There's a lot of different locations. I prefer organicpricebooks.com. They do pre-orders. You can get it while it's shipping. It's got to be, what, 40 to 50% off, and you can save an extra $2 if you use code GemMint. Just a suggestion. You can pick it up wherever you like, but that is my preferred option. Let me know what you guys think about the VENOM Omnibus or the VENOM Omnibus and King in Black in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.